Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. Whether you're tuning in on the radio dial here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM, we welcome you all back to our show. Also, those tuning in through our online affiliates around the country, as well as our Heart Radio family, we're glad that you all could be with us as well. We're excited to welcome actor Sam Humphrey to our program today. Sam is an individual who I got to know because of a movie that I've been talking to you guys about a whole lot since November of 2017. I don't get to the movies very often, but when I found out last year about the movie The Greatest Showman, I knew it was a movie I wanted to see, and I definitely was not disappointed. I got a chance to go in my hometown here in Mississippi. It's an amazing story, and Sam is a part of this really talented cast. We're going to talk to him not only about what it's been like for him to be a part of that project, but also what it's been like for him as an actor to be able to do what he loves and see the response, but also what it's been like for him to inspire other people toward going through their own goals and dreams as well. Sam, hello to you, and welcome to the program.
Hi, thanks for having me on board.
Hey, glad to do it. Sam, let's go ahead and start with The Greatest Showman. I mean, as I said, I have to be honest, Sam, I had not been to the movies in probably 3 years before I saw the first trailer for The Greatest Showman, and I told my friends, I said, you know what, I got to go see this movie when it comes out, and I was there on opening day. What has it been like for you to see how the film continues to grow and expand from week to week?
It's been a really amazing and positive experience. I mean, just seeing all the reactions and the positive responses from the public and from everyone who worked on it, it's just been overwhelming and incredible. Like all the messages and all the different pieces of artwork and comments and posts, like everyone is really like making The Greatest Showman like their own.
Right. I think that is so true. And I think, the thing is, I mean, for myself, when I was first sitting there, of course, I had purchased the soundtrack on Amazon beforehand, so I knew the music. I did not know how the story was going to unfold, and that was one of the beautiful things to be able to see. Did you know when you were filming it, Sam, that it was going to be something special?
Well, we were all hoping that the public would definitely get behind it because of the message that, is incorporated into The Greatest Showman. That it's a message of acceptance and a message of, anything is possible and that, you can decide your own destiny and those kinds of messages. So we were really hoping that the public would definitely, relate to the messages that we had in The Greatest Showman and the themes of the movie.
Right. Well, let's go back a little bit, Sam, because it's your first time on our program. I mean, when it comes to your being an actor, when did you know that acting was one of those things that you wanted to do?
Yeah, so I knew that acting was something I wanted to pursue. Realistically, I knew when I was 8 years old. I had decided when I was about 5 that I wanted to be an actor, but that was more one of those things that, as a little kid, you say, I want to be a fireman or an astronaut or an actor. But when I turned 8, I saw Hugh Jackman in the cinemas for the very first time. And it was then that Hugh actually inspired me, to get into acting and follow it as a, something I wanted to do properly.
Wow. So it was actually Hugh Jackman that inspired you, and then you got a chance, to work with him. What was that like for you to go from admiring him on camera to then being able to work with him on screen?
That was just absolutely incredible. Like I said, he inspired me to get into acting, and he's been my childhood hero since I was 8. And I followed him, and I've always wanted, him to be, my mentor, and, I've always aspired to have the same kind of career that he has. And then, to be able to suddenly work with him, on my very first feature film, I've said it before that he's been the best teacher that I could possibly have to guide me through, my very first film into the career that I'd love to have.
Right. And well, we definitely know that you will have, Sam, and we're going to talk more about that. I want to say, for those who are just tuning in, either on the radio side or online, you're listening to Conversations Live. We're excited to welcome actor Sam Humphrey to our program today. Sam is a part of the very talented cast of the movie that everyone, I think, is buzzing about and singing about these days, and it is The Greatest Showman. We've been talking to Sam about this experience of the film, but also he was just sharing with us at the age of 8 years old, he knew that acting was something he wanted to do. Hugh Jackman was someone who he looked at and was able to admire him, and now, of course, he's able to work with him. It's one thing, Sam, to have that dream when you were 8. I mean, what has it been like for you now to live that dream every day?
It's a very surreal thing to, go from wanting it as a kid and growing up, only ever dreaming of being able to obtain that, to suddenly living, my so-called dream. It's a very surreal experience to be, living that and actually be an actor that's, succeeding. So, yeah.
For sure. And I think that is the big thing. And then to have your very first feature film, Sam, be The Greatest Showman. I mean, we talk a lot about on this show, Sam, about fear. It's something that I have talked about very honestly about myself, about getting over the fear of doing certain things because it can be sometimes so challenging and so difficult. And it really keeps so many people from achieving their dreams. How have you not allowed fear to stop you along the way of pursuing your acting career?
Well, honestly, it's sort of something that I've always wanted to do. And I think with the challenges that I've gone through as a teenager and stuff like that, I feel like that was one of the hardest things that I went through. So if I could get through that, then, what to stop me from achieving, what I really want to do in life. And so sometimes I think it's just being able to tell yourself that you can do it and just, giving it a shot, I think is a really important thing. And positive thinking and having those mentors around you that can support you and challenge you to grow and, live your dreams.
For sure. How important has your support system been for you, Sam, the people that you keep around you? How important has it been for you to keep positive influences around you?
It's been very, very important to keep those kind of positive mentors around me, especially nowadays when I'm, just getting started in my career as an actor. To have those mentors like Hugh around me and other mentors which I admire and respect, and they can, tell me when I'm making, good decisions or bad decisions, and they can tell me what I should be doing, what I shouldn't be doing. It's important, especially when they align with the same goals and the same, sort of career path that you're hoping to have. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Sam, part of what has happened is not only are you able to live your dream and to pursue your goals, is that you have now garnered these fans, including myself, literally around the world. I mean, what has that been like for you to see the response to your work, especially on social media?
On social media has definitely been very overwhelming. I've been getting responses like people messaging me saying that I inspired them to, follow their dreams again, and dreams that they've, forgotten about or that they've given up on, that I've inspired them to, follow them and pursue them again. I've got an email saying that I've inspired people to just keep on living and keep pursuing, seeing themselves, despite, the challenges that they are facing, because, they've seen me go through it. And the fact that they've learned about my story after seeing me in The Showman and seeing what I've overcome, that they feel like, they relate very heavily to me, and that, it's something that they feel they can inspire to be like.
For sure. And another thing, I mentioned social media, but even offline, Sam, I've been seeing the pictures of you on the red carpet and doing the interviews. Are you still having those pinch me moments when it comes to that?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely, even now, like, I wake up I wake up every day, and even when I have like nothing necessarily going on, I still wake up and have those moments like, you know, where am I? And like, am I actually, you know, achieving everything that, you know, I wanted to achieve? I mean, for me, it's just surprising because 2 years ago, I literally said to myself when sitting in my bedroom that, you know, I would walk the red carpet someday, and I honestly didn't know what to expect. And then next moment, you know, I auditioned for The Greatest Showman, and I got cast, and suddenly there's just red carpets, there's Golden Globes, there's the Oscars, and there's parties, and, you know, all these kind of events where people which I've only ever seen in the movies and the television, and suddenly, you know, I'm hanging out with them, and I'm meeting, and I'm chatting with them, and, you know, having photos and things like that. It's very surreal and exciting to me.
Yeah. Well, you know, to go back to Hugh for a moment, Sam, he has talked about in interviews, and this really impressed me a lot about how passionate he was about this project, how it took years for him to be able to get this to come to life. I mean, so for this to be, as you mentioned earlier, your first feature project, did that make it even more special, knowing what it meant to him?
Well, yeah, I mean, learning that he spent, you know, 7 years trying to make the project, it just shows that he has that passion for this project, and that me being able to work on something that he was so passionate about, it makes it feel a lot, you know, more inspiring and more, a lot, you know, more overwhelming for me, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, you know, I have to talk to you about the song "This Is Me" because we don't hear it on the version that is available for people to purchase on Amazon or the other online retailers. But we all know that by watching the film and even seeing the lyric video now that they have put out, that you sing a verse of that hit song "This Is Me" in the movie, which is so powerful. That song is really an anthem, Sam, for so many people about loving themselves and accepting themselves. How important has that message been for you in life?
It's definitely been really important. I mean, as a person dealing with a disability and being a short statured, especially throughout my high school years and teen years, I'm trying to accept, you know, yourself and who you are despite what the world tries to put on you and despite what society tries to put on you. Has been very important, and I found it very tough to embrace that message myself back in those years, where I didn't, you know, I didn't like the way I looked, I didn't like how I looked, I didn't like, you know, being short. I just wanted to be like everyone else.
Yeah.
And I think a very important thing about the message "This Is Me" is that it doesn't matter about the way you look, the way you sound, the color of your skin, you know. And one of the important things that Hugh says, one of the lines he says in the trailer is,
I love that line, Sam. Nobody ever makes a difference by being like everyone else. Is that the one?
Yes. Yeah, that one. And so that one's, it's been important to me because, like, if someone had told me that when I was younger, and when I was going through, you know, a lot of my struggles, I think it would have been, you know, something that would have helped me to realize that that is true. I mean, no one ever makes a difference by being like everyone else. So,
right.
Yeah, and I think that's something that people are really starting to connect with and that people are relating to. So everyone is their own person, and that's what's unique about it. No one else can make a difference by being like everyone else.
Right. You know, another powerful thing, if you don't mind my saying this, Sam, about watching that part of the film is when you reach for, of course, Kiela's hand in that. I mean, what was that like for you all? I mean, we got a chance to see some of the behind the scenes of that online, but what was that like for you to film that, knowing what a pivotal part of the film that was?
It was a very emotional moment on set when we were filming that, because obviously we had just done the dancing and marching down the hallway, and we were about to break out into song. And knowing that "This Is Me" is such a powerful song and anthem for the film, and that, it's what people can relate to the most. It was a very emotional and powerful moment for myself and Kiara to have that moment between our characters, and then obviously being able to relate that to the public.
Right. For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sam, I really appreciate this time. Just a couple more questions I have for you. First, what do you hope people who have yet to see The Greatest Showman, and I don't know what they're waiting on, but for those who have not seen it, what do you hope they take away from it when they do see it?
It's a very positive and friendly family movie, and the message of the movies is that it's all about acceptance, and it doesn't matter, who you are or what you're going through. That the movie shows that everyone should just be accepting of who they are, and that no matter what you're going through in life, that you can decide your own, fate and destiny. Like the song "Rewrite the Stars" say, you can rewrite the stars. So that's what I hope everyone gets out of it.
Yeah. I have to mention this. Another one of my personal favorites from the soundtrack, Sam, is From Now On, because I think we all know what it's like to get sidetracked sometimes from our goals and what our intentions were. And then to be able to come back to that place, coming home, as the song says, you can come back home. I think that's one of the things. Do you hope people also realize that maybe if they get sidetracked in pursuing what they want, that it's not too late for them to still go for that goal or dream they have for themselves?
Yeah, that's definitely important. We all get sidetracked, and we all sometimes, fall off the wagon, and we, get hung up on things that aren't really important. Like at the end of the day, what is important? Family, love, the values and the morals that we hold to ourselves. They're all very important. And especially, your dreams and your goals, they're what make you unique, and that's what, you want to pursue. So, don't get hung up or don't get too hard on yourself if you do get sidetracked. Because at the end of the day, you can come back home, as the song says, and you can, follow your dreams and your passions despite what age you are, and
For sure. Well, make sure you are definitely staying connected with Sam. You can find him all over social media. It's because of social media that Sam was gracious enough to connect with me. He's on Twitter. He's on Instagram. So definitely make sure you all stay connected with him there. And no matter where you are living, make sure you are headed out to see The Greatest Showman and get The Greatest Showman soundtrack. The music is so inspiring. You heard Sam mention Rewrite the Stars, but there's so many great songs on this project that I think there's something for everyone that they'll be able to enjoy. Sam, one last question for you, and I promise this will be it. What advice would you give to anybody out there about not giving up?
I think it's very important to keep having that positive attitude and having that drive and perseverance to keep, following your goals. I know it can be hard and tough at times, and I had a lot of challenges, and I would say, sometimes it can get very tough and you might fall off the wagon and you might get sidetracked. But I think at the end of the day, it's important just to be able to pick yourself back up and, keep on going. And that's the important thing. As long as you don't give up on your dream and you're doing something to keep pursuing it, I think, that's the most important thing,
Yeah. Well, Sam, congratulations on you not giving up on your goals and dreams. Congratulations to you for doing the work that you love. And more importantly, congratulations on your very first feature film being one of the biggest films out right now, The Greatest Showman. Again, it's out now at the movies. The soundtrack is out. And, Sam, I hope you'll come back on the program again. I'd love to have you back.
Sure, no worries. I'd love to be back.
All right. And we thank you, our audience, for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. If you all came in late and missed part of the conversation with Sam, don't worry. Thanks to our online friends, you all can catch the replay right as we go off the air. The link is already available through our social media sites. So head over to Facebook.com/Cyrus Webb or go to Twitter.com/Cyrus Webb. If you click on the link there, you can listen to the show completely for free and share with your friends from there too. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Make sure you take out time to enjoy some good music as well as a great book. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live today. You all make it a great one.